For most of us, buying a house isn't just about bricks and mortar. The most important building block is the finance, debt. But every so often we borrow so much that it leaves the average family facing problems. Which is why Westminster has equipped the Bank of England with a whole new set of tools.
I want to protect those who own homes, protect those who aspire to own a home, and protect the millions who suffer when boom turns to bust. So today I am giving the bank new powers over mortgages.
So much for the theory. What about real life, away from the economic playground? Those changes are only the latest in a long line stretching back centuries. Indeed, you come here to the bank and it's impossible to ignore those reminders of how economic policy used to be carried out all the way back to 1694. Back when Britain was a seafaring nation, the governor would sit here in the courtroom of the bank and decide monetary policy based literally on which way the wind was blowing. He would take a look at this weather vane, and if ships were coming into port, then he would pump more money into the system. Roll on to the modern day, and the main tool is the bank's interest rate. But now, in the 21st century, that may no longer be enough.
This is a milestone for policy in the UK, because previously, if the authorities were concerned about the strength of the housing market, what they would typically do would be to raise interest rates. Now, that might work eventually, but the damage that could wreak on the economy, particularly at this juncture of the recovery, would not be a price worth paying.
Today, the bank's Financial Policy Committee is expected to use some of those tools for the first time. So what are they? First, the bank can force banks to set aside more capital or issue more shares for each mortgage they approve. It can clamp down on the government's Help to Buy scheme. It can impose tougher stress tests on borrowers. And it can prevent banks from lending out high loans in relation to a buyer's income or house price. The hope is that this way the bank can prevent a housing bubble without using high interest rates, which might cause a crash. What they want is to bring house prices back under control. Achieving that will not be child's play. Ed Conway, Sky News.